Disgusting.
I'll be the one to take the risk to go and get them bands. I'll be the one to never sit and go and make a plan. Knowing my mother getting old now, got no time. Gotta keep a couple for the road, the rest get left behind. Yeah. To the world, pledge allegiance, I stand. I'm going pull forward in the fucking white sand. I give it all to this fucking mic stand. If it's been done before, then I know I can. I'm on the rise, I'm trying to keep a level head. She want my time, she begging me.
Yo, what's the deal, y'all? Welcome back. Hope all is well. I'm Duke.
I'm Omar.
I'm Jalon, and this is Nice and Neat. And I got some questions for y'all.
Oh,
fellas.
goddamn, so soon.
I got some questions for y'all.
Well, if you got some questions, then we got some
answers.
And that's what I expect.
Come on.
You know, that's what I expect.
Come
so
on.
you guys, both of you guys have some incredibly good, let me just stop there. You guys don't have good women. You guys have the right women. You guys have the right women. And I could just see the way that they help both of you guys grow in your own independence. That kind of showcases to me that you guys have the right woman. Not the way you guys can flourish together, not the Instagram goals and, you know, relationship goals, you know, but the way that you guys can flourish within your own independence, within your own lives as well, showcases to me that you guys have the right women. So I'm curious, how did you know?
Ooh.
When did you know? Was there a time or is it something that you figure out daily?
Man.
It's definitely things you figure out on a daily. I think before we answer that question, we should talk about the difference. Okay, because I did stop. You're right. I did stop on good women. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, because good women exist everywhere.
Yeah, what's the difference? Yeah, what is a good woman?
And that's what I'm saying.
What is a good woman?
And that's what I'm saying. I think that's what we should hop into first. So, like, I think
what constitutes a good woman?
Y'all gotta tell me that.
Like, a good woman is one that's there for you, right? A good woman will tend to you. A good woman makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Right.
Meet your needs.
Meet your needs. What else does a good woman do? A good woman be by your side, right?
Yeah, man.
Y'all both have had injuries.
A good woman will support you. Well, maybe not a good woman won't. Maybe not a good woman won't support you.
Right.
But a good woman will be by your side for sure.
Yeah, we've all met good women.
Yeah, great women.
Matter of fact, most of the women we've ever dealt with have been good women.
Absolutely.
Right? I mean, I really hate to brag.
Most of the women.
I deal with good women.
Yeah, most of the women.
I deal with good women.
I think generally speaking, right?
I don't hate to brag.
We can't speak for other men,
right?
But generally speaking, most of the women we've dealt with in the past have been good women, right? And I think that a good woman looks good on paper. A good woman looks good on paper.
Supposed to go undefeated on paper.
You know, she has all the things. She can cook, clean, right? She can.
Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah, she's
slang that. On paper, you're amazing.
She's loyal, right? She has a good heart.
Yeah,
she's nice and sweet and good etiquette. She may come from a good family, right? She's good on. When you look at the paper, you're like, yo, this is it.
Yeah.
Right? But the right woman, has intangibles.
Yes, sir. Yes,
you know?
sir.
The right woman has intangibles that you really can't pinpoint that mesh with your intangibles.
Things that you didn't even know that were important to you.
Yeah. So that's why it's much harder to identify the right woman because you can't necessarily see them on paper.
Yeah.
Right? But a good woman, there's plenty of women you could mess with or been involved with that other people would be like, yo, like, why you didn't wife her?
Right. Right.
Yo, like, why you didn't wife her? Or like, yo, she was pretty, bro. She
tripping,
did this.
bro.
Like,
You
how could you not wife her, right?
Yeah.
You'd be like, I don't know, man.
She's really good, though.
Because
Great.
it's that thing.
Unfortunately, she's just not the right one.
She's going to make somebody
what
really
you said
happy
earlier,
one day.
She's not the wrong one.
She's not the wrong woman. She's just not the right one.
She's just not the right one. And I think when we start talking about good women, man, I mean, there are, like, everyone's not a good woman, but for the most part, like, we can literally say, like, most of the women we've dealt with in the past have been good women, right? It's fair to say, right? But it don't matter. It don't matter in certain situations when it comes to, like, taking that next step, right? And building with someone and being with someone. It's not necessarily the good woman that gets that position, or the good man, you know, play both sides.
Right.
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 Because we got to be fair, right? It's not about the good man. It's not about the guy that's like smart and intelligent. It's the guy that you mesh with.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, it's important to just understand that, like, although, you know, I'm a woman, if I'm a woman, I'm doing all the things right, technically, and I should be progressing with this man. Just understand it's not necessarily like you. It's not necessarily a you thing. It's just about like what's right for me. And I think that's where the difference is.
You over there cooking with grease now, okay? you over there cooking with grease now. It's getting hot.
Okay.
And because we talked about this earlier in the season, and a lot of people thought it was just fun and games when Duke said, it's not you.
It's me.
Right.
It's me. No, legitimately, it's not you, because someone can look at you and say, this is everything that I've ever wanted. You could give someone the feeling, but I may not necessarily get that feeling, you know? And I think a good woman is everything that you really thought that you wanted. Like, when you kind of put it on paper, like, this is what I want. I want this. I want this. I want this. I want her to look like this. I want her to do this.
Your ideal woman.
Right?
Yeah.
But you ever put everything on paper and you left out the way that you want the person to make you feel?
Yeah.
In every moment, just like when I'm sad, I want the person that I love to make me feel this way. Yeah. When I'm happy, I want them to make me feel this way. When I'm entertaining, I want them to make me feel this way. We've never really done that to where it chronicle it like that. It's just like, I want them to make this. I want them to look this. I want them to dress this. And that's kind of like as far as our list goes, right?
Yeah.
So that's why we come across so many good women.
Ooh. Yeah.
Because you have a list. You got a list.
Yeah.
So you come across so many good women, right? But when you come across the right woman, you look back at your list and you be like, hold up.
None of this shit was on there.
This wasn't on there.
Well, not none of it. But there's a lot of things that popped up that you didn't write down because you didn't know.
I didn't know.
You didn't know.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yo, and to take it to kind of even simplify it more, right? A good woman would say, well, I do this. Wow. Who wouldn't want me? Right? But a good woman is the woman that's socially acceptable for everyone. Right? The right woman is specifically designed for you.
For you. Yeah.
Right? The right woman is specifically designed for you.
Yeah.
Right? So the normal shit, cooking, loyalty, being pretty, the normal stuff that's on every man's checklist, like that's a good woman.
Uh-huh.
And
right?
your odds go up. We live in LA.
Yeah.
And then you could be a woman and be like, yo, I got this, and this, but you're not thinking about how am I for this man?
Specifically.
And you can't tell because you have to be in a position to be able to even know if you're the right woman, because you can only be the right woman for the right guy.
Yeah.
Right? But that's like the simplest way to like break it down. It's like the good woman is the woman that's socially acceptable for everybody. Everybody will like on paper.
Yeah.
It's everybody's ideal woman.
Yeah.
You know, but the right woman is specifically for you.
I think the right woman is someone you could really trust too. And I'm not saying that you can't trust a good woman, right? But the right woman, you could be so transparent, you become vulnerable with, right? And when I think back about my past situations, like I've trusted the women that I've been with, but I don't think I've ever been as vulnerable as I am now because I feel like I'm with the right woman.
Right.
You know, like I had one of my previous relationships. This woman was excellent. I mean, she was a hard worker. She was trustworthy. She had my back. She was down, right? She was everything, like you said, everything that you would want on paper. Yeah. But you know, the one thing that, where we kind of started to separate, and this is when I kind of started to feel like, she wasn't the right woman for me, is that it became like almost like she was trying to outwork me or outshine me. You know what I'm saying? And for me, that let me know, it was like, yo, okay, this can't be right for me, right? Because I shouldn't be in this type of competition with the right woman or with the woman that's for me.
Or feel like you're in competition.
Or feel like I'm in competition.
It's okay to work hard and grind.
Oh, great. That's great.
I don't want to feel like I'm competing with my woman.
That's great. I don't want to feel like I'm competing with my woman. Whereas now in the relationship I'm in now, it's like I'm inspired by my woman, right? She's brought things out of me that I didn't even know I had inside myself. And that shit right there is like, okay, this one has to be right for me. Because like Jalon said, there was things that were on paper there's things that have come out of me that I didn't even have on paper, you know? So, yeah, I just wanted to add that about the right woman for sure.
And I'm glad that you say the situation that you had prior, because, you know, by feeling like you're in that competition, it takes away from that vulnerability that you'll be like openly
For sure.
and willing to present, right? But when you have the right one, right? This is the right one. This is who I'm rocking with. All of us, it's safe to say, we're pretty monumental in our families, you know. So our families come to us for things, you know. Our friends come to us for things, and we're always kind of like the strong driving force, you know, for people's, even just people's confidence, right? But when you get to be around the right one, it's like as soon as you walk through that threshold and you get to see her, it's like you get to rip off that mask and you can be like, okay, this is who I am right now. I am feeling this way, and you're not going to judge me. I get to be safe. And a good woman can be that for you as well.
Yeah.
But it won't emit the same feeling for you to where you can be like, let me be this person right now. Let me relax.
That's that vulnerability I'm talking about.
That's that next level of vulnerability.
That's the next level of trust.
It's the next level of trust.
Yeah.
It's like she unlocks, the right one unlocks something in you that you didn't even know where the key for the treasure at the bottom of the ocean was. You didn't know. But somehow she's like, oh,
I got it right here.
Guys,
Yeah.
I know exactly where it's at.
Yeah.
And she just unlocks that part of you. And, you know, it even has your friends looking at you crazy. Like, yo, Omar's acting different. I don't know, what's going on
You know
with
it's
him.
real when that happens.
If I never say that about you, I don't know if you got the right.
Is that safe? Is it safe to say when the homies say that about you, you probably with the right person?
Yeah, I think so, because also like you go from woman to woman and they all good. Right?
Yeah.
You go from
Right.
and they all good. So people was wondering like, yo, what's up? Right? But then when you get the right woman, it's like, I understand.
Yep.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. You know?
Yeah.
But like you said, man, the vulnerability thing, man, being with a good woman will have you just like thinking like, do I really want to be in this? Just a good woman.
Yeah.
Right? And there's nothing you could do about it because you just know truly like, it's just not right for me. It's just not right for me completely. Right? Although, and it's conflicting because she is a good woman. That's why it's so conflicting. Because you're like, yo, what is she doing wrong? Right? And someone will ask you, well, what is it about her that you don't like? And you can't even necessarily answer the question.
No. You have to almost
That's
start
how
making
hard it
things
is,
up.
Right? And when that happens, you're like, man, like I can't answer the question. But once you get out of a relationship and get with the right woman, it's like, this is what I wanted. This is what I meant.
So you know why that is? A good woman will do all of the right things.
Yes.
But the right woman will bring all of the good out of you. And that is something that I've been able to, I've felt it before. So I know what I want to feel when it's time. I know what I want to feel.
Right.
So until I feel that, no matter what, no matter how good you are, you know, you can be great. And I think you'll be great for somebody, but it's not you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's me.
Yeah.
It's me.
Yo.
You know, that part of me isn't unlocked quite yet.
Yeah, and it works like for all our listeners, right? We're not saying that, you know, we're like these super iconic people that get to pick what woman is right for them and all that, right? This works both ways, right? We want to say this works both ways. I know in the past there's some woman walking around happily married or happily in a relationship saying, damn, like I'm glad that didn't work out with Duke.
Yeah, because he was a good man, but
he
wasn't the right one.
He was a good man, but he wasn't the right one for me, right? It works both ways. So like we understand because
we're just speaking from our perspective.
Yeah, just in case like it's going to be women, you know, like, well, this and this. We understand it happens both ways.
Yeah.
We do get that. All right. But I do want to say a good woman comes in and out. 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 Right? The right woman is going to come in your life and she going to And I'm gonna just say, I don't want to say it, but she's just gonna blow your world up.
Yep.
You know, she's gonna blow your world up, and you're not gonna know what hit you.
I wish the listeners could have seen your face. I wish. I wish the listeners could have seen your face.
I wanted to say it, but I couldn't. But no, she's gonna come in and just like turn everything upside down, man.
You don't have shoes on, she'll blow your socks off.
She'll blow your socks off. You're not gonna know what hit you. And it's a great thing. It's a great thing. And like Jalon alluded to, he said, man, she's gonna change you and she's gonna make you better. I think that's like the most important thing, because you know, if someone can come in and like make us better,
you're so she's when you got that right one, your focus changes.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
Are you about to dive into that?
You know what? Run away with that.
No, I just
because I want you to talk about your focus, your actual experience.
I just feel like I'm the best me I've ever been in my life right now.
Same, bro.
And I feel like a lot of that has to go. I have to credit a lot of that to my woman.
Same, bro.
I'm not even going to sit up here and gash the listeners, the viewers. Like, that is the honest truth, fam. Yeah. Like, my girlfriend Candace has made me the best man I've ever been in my life.
Damn. Wow.
Wow. Yo, from like how I work to how I approach other people to how I tend to my business, how I tend to my family.
Yeah.
Everything.
And that's what you want.
And that's what you want.
And that's what to be up here and be as open and confident enough to just say that, right? Because it's hard for a man to give credit to his women sometimes.
Yeah.
Right? Because our ego tells us, nah, it's on me to do everything for myself.
Yep.
And I'm the reason I'm successful, and no woman could come in and make me more successful, right? True. That's a real thing. That's a real feeling, right? But for real, man, you know how confident and tied in and just vulnerable, right? And like convicting you got to be to say that, man. That's a real feeling.
We got to normalize that.
We have to normalize that. To anyone listening, we got to normalize that.
And you know what's so crazy? We look at everything else and it's so normal. Like, for example, when you buy a house as a man, you buy a house, it's a building. You get your woman, she goes in there, she makes it warm. She puts the furniture in there. She makes it comfortable for you. You know, the things that you was just like, oh man, I didn't even really see that like that. Like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I didn't even really see that like that. You know, you got a family. You have a child, right? She nurtures this kid up. This kid grows up. You know, he's smart. He's treating people right. He's doing what he's supposed to do, or she's doing what she's supposed to do. And you're just like, man, like my girl is the one who did that. Like, that's amazing. But it's like men have such a hard time just saying, I couldn't even see things that she seen in me that she brought out that I didn't even know I possessed.
Yeah.
And she did that.
She did that.
I can't say that I did that. I was
can't
literally
say that.
just a vessel, a part of her plan.
It doesn't make you any less of a man.
It doesn't make you any less of a man. You know, and the craziest part about it is a woman could do that and the world's still gonna give you all the praise and she'll be okay with it as long as you love her.
As long as you love her. Right? As long as you love her, and as long as you let her know, yo, babe, this is what you did for me.
Absolutely.
You gotta let her know that, right?
Absolutely.
But that fucking that analogy you just made was crazy, bro. It's like I'm the guy. I'm the house.
Right.
I'm an empty house though.
Just a building.
I'm an empty house. What can you do with an empty house? You're gonna go in, walk around, and leave.
It's what you can see.
It's what you right? What? I'm an empty house. But then my girl comes in, like you said, she decorates, she puts the pictures on the wall, she puts the mirrors up, she
brings the warmth in there,
put the flowers in there, and now it's a home.
It's a home.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gone from a house to a home that people can stay in or stay with
and look forward to going to,
and grow in and do life in and have equity in.
Yeah.
Come on now, equity.
Come on, imagine what?
Yeah.
Come on, man, that's crazy. So that's the kind of value that the right woman brings to your life.
Yeah.
Man, I need a home.
Come on.
I need a home.
You know, for all the guys listening right now or watching on YouTube, man, we really want to just reiterate the fact that, or the notion that we do need to normalize giving our women credit, making our women know that they've made a significant impact in our lives, because I don't think we do it enough. You know, I don't think we're doing enough. And as men, as people that can, are traditionally supposed to lead, we need to like take the initiative and make that well known for the world and for our women, so they could feel that, so they could feel that appreciation and get that credit and be more inclined to just, do it more often. Especially
when you're talking about leading, right? We think leading is just like leading the brigade, the forefront, but you also got to lead in compliments, lead in respect, lead in love,
right? And getting credit,
leave and giving credit, lead in that, always lead. Like I said, lead in compliments. She cooked for you, lead in thanking her that, don't just take that for granted. And she go out and she does something, like lead in giving her that compliment. Let her know that you're proud of her for that.
Right. And really appreciate when you got the right woman. Really appreciate that and be aware of little things that she may do, right? If just 30 days ago or 60 days ago, you felt worse, and now you meet this woman, or now you're in the space with this woman where she's making you feel better, right? Or you getting more money, or you getting in shape, right? All these things that like you've always wanted and you're starting to attain, right? Those are signs that like, this person is the right woman or can be the right woman. So I should acknowledge that, right? Because no woman wants to do for a man and not be acknowledged, right? Nobody wants to do that, right? So just being a man and being able to do that, man, make sure you do that.
What's the deal, y'all? Welcome back to the Nice and Neat Halftime Show. I'm your host, Omar. Before we get into it, as always, I want to plug the things that we got going on. We out here pushing other businesses and doing everything we can to be successful in life. And one thing that we have of value that we want to offer to you guys is a 6-week ab guide. If you're looking for ways to chisel that midsection, right, trim off those love handles, right, and get that six pack right for the summer, head over to alpha-burn.com, all right, and get right over there. If you're looking for ways to improve your movement as an athlete, and just find ways to compete better in the sport that you play in or the sport that you used to play in, right? Because if you have a body, you're still an athlete. Head over to omarcbolden.com and download the How to Move Like an Athlete program, 12-week guide that you could use at home or in the gym, wherever you like. All right. Today's MVP is the best comment on our most recent YouTube video, and that is from Jamie Des Jr. And the comment is, "Love it, man. Great episode. I'm 22 years old, and it's great hearing y'all journey as men. This episode in particular gives me more perspective, hope, and confidence in my own journey." Yo, so shout out to you, Jamie. That's part of the reason why we started this podcast, right? To offer value to people, to give insight and share our perspective on our experiences that we've had through life. So I'm happy, bro, that, this podcast, the show, has been very useful for you, and we hope that it continues to be useful for those that are listening around the world. So the next thing is, obviously, you guys see the comment and the topic of today's conversation, and that's good woman versus the right woman, right? Now you guys can go ahead and chime in. I see there's a lot of comments coming in already. But one question I want to get to is from Jordan Simmons, and this is, does where you're at in life determine who the right or wrong woman is? And I would say it definitely determines, where you're at in life definitely determines who the right or wrong woman is, right? The right woman could be right for you for a certain period in time, right? You could be at a time in your life where you desperately need this woman in your life, and she could be the right one for you. I don't know if that means it's right forever, but I definitely believe that where you're at in life determines who is right and wrong for you. I've been in places in my life where there was a woman that helped me and she was right for me at that time, but we're obviously, not together now today. So, but I definitely think that, where you're at in life is, determines who's right and wrong for you guys, or for me personally. You guys have any thoughts?
Yeah, I feel like it does in the sense that where you are in your life can influence your mentality, or can influence how you, handle your partner. So, so not necessarily I need a rich woman, right? Not necessarily I need a popular woman, but if I'm an entrepreneur, right, and her status is entrepreneur, then it makes for a better connection, right? Because we understand each other. And sometimes the right woman, or most times the right woman, is someone that understands you and you understand her, right? But you know, some men maybe work 9 to 5, right? And they want a woman that works 9 to 5 as well because they're on the same page, right? Do the same thing, and that's what's right for them, right? So you can be a very, very popular woman, have a lot of money, and be traveling all the world and not be the right woman for a guy, right? Because your status in that situation is not conducive for him or the lifestyle he wants to live. So in that type of situation, your status definitely can influence whether or not you're the right woman.
Mm-hmm. What you got?
Yeah, I think I also think just like Duke said, I think the right woman can be for a season, but I also think the right woman can be for an entire life change as well.
And not necessarily your whole life, just a change.
It can be for your whole life, but that means that she's going to continuously be the right woman along those different changes, and you're going to continuously be the right man along her different changes as well. And that's why, you know, like the life thing, anybody who's married somebody and they've died together, shout out to them, okay?
Man,
because
that's crazy.
It's so much human change that goes into that. We've been friends, we'll call it 7, 8, we'll call it a decade, right? Let's call it a decade. We've all had different career changes since just being friends, right? And you've lost friends since you've changed your career. You've lost friends since you've changed your career, you know, and the friends that stayed are your friends, right? But that's not to say that the people who were your friends at that other point, they weren't your friends or even your real friends.
Yeah.
At that time, they were your real friends. They was your dogs. They would have did anything for you. I know some people that would have took bullets for me 10 years ago that we don't talk today.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think when it comes to the relationship aspect, when you meet the right person, that's the person that you guys initially say, like, let's do this journey together. You guys both start off by saying, when you do the right person, you both start off by saying, like, let's do this journey together.
Right.
You know, let's figure it out. Yeah. And then if she decides to change or you decide to change, the other person decides, like, do I want to move along with that change now? Yeah. You know, and then somebody else may be the right person if not.
It's important to know that the right person is not, like you said, doesn't necessarily have to last forever.
Yeah.
Right? So just because in 30 years, the person I'm with now, I mean, if I'm not with her, doesn't mean she's not the right person.
Doesn't mean that.
Because along the way, she definitely shaped who I am and who I was and, you know, who I'm going to be in the future.
Nice. I have a question here from JWE.3rd. I think that's his Instagram name is, and it says, "Does your actions or ability to lead in the relationship help a good woman become the right woman?" Now, I think it's important for us to lead, right, by example, through our actions and stuff like that. But I think, you know, your ability to lead in a relationship will just help the woman a good woman become a great woman. I don't think that still makes her become the right woman. Right? The right woman is kind of almost in a sense can lead you in times. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think your ability to lead will just bring out, it'll highlight more of her or make her a better person and become a better woman. But I don't think she'll be the right woman for you. I don't think you could make a good woman the right woman for you. Right?
Intangibles.
You know what I'm saying? She either has it or she doesn't.
Yeah. So first and foremost, JWE, right?
JWE.
I love the question.
Yeah, for real.
I love the question. I really enjoy it. And like you said, I personally feel like the right woman is going to be the person that leads you. Yeah. Everybody else just may not see that.
Yeah.
But Michelle Obama leads Barack.
Hello.
She leads that. You know, Barack is he just kind of gets the praise.
Yeah.
But she run that.
She run that.
And nobody would ever question if she's the right or a good woman for him.
Right.
You know, nobody will ever question that. But I know for myself, you know, when I'm choosing the right woman, the right woman is, and that's why choosing the right person is so important, because you do entrust them with that leadership role. Right. Male or female, you entrust them with that leadership role. So choosing the right person is extremely, extremely important from the beginning. And that's kind of like something that you have to take upon yourself. That level of accountability on yourself is just choosing the right person for yourself.
Yeah.
Word. Well, I think that's enough game and jewels for you guys to walk away with. You know, it's our job to drop the jewels, but it's your guys' job to pick them up. You know, so unfortunately, everyone doesn't. Sometimes people miss over the jewels. You know, but hopefully you guys are able to hold on to these and put these in your pocket. But we're gonna conclude this halftime show. But before I do, I just want to encourage our listeners, our viewers, to head over to the Apple Podcast app and leave us a nice review or a bad review, just a review in general. You know, give us your honest opinion of how you feel we're doing, the direction of the show, you know, what you guys want to see more of, or what inspires you or what motivates you, anything that you feel about the show. Just drop it in the comments below. You know, the more reviews we get, the better chances we have of being featured on our podcast featured page, and that's something that's really important for us as we continue to grow. So yeah, just wanted to drop that out there for you guys. But if you guys haven't already, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And on that note, we're gonna get to the night the only way we know how. That's with some positive energy, some positive vibrations, and a smile, of course. Y'all gotta go have a great one. We'll see you guys later. Peace.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, from the live, I seen a comment in there that said, I believe that a good woman and the right woman go hand in hand. And I'm so excited for them to see this episode so we can understand exactly why that may not be the case. Because, and the reason why I say that is I do want them to know is because I don't believe there's a such thing as the wrong woman.
Let's be clear about that.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as the wrong woman.
Yeah.
You know,
for sure.
If you are doing your due diligence within your vetting process, there's only going to be good and right.
Right.
Those will only be
if you're doing your job.
If you're doing your job.
If you're doing your job.
So you have to put that, if you come across the wrong woman, you have to put that accountability on yourself.
Yeah.
So I've come across good women. We'll just use the word countless amounts of time. I've come
countless.
You know, I've come across good women, and somebody say, well, what do you constitute as a good woman? You know, who says that you're a good woman? Okay, well let's even go deeper than beyond beyond cooking and cleaning. No. I mean, I could sit back and look and like, hey, if I had a child with this person, they'll be an incredible mother.
Right. Yeah.
They
That's
would.
a great way.
My family loves this person.
Yeah, that's a great way to describe it.
I enjoy them. They don't get on my nerves. We can spend time together. It doesn't bother me. But does she make me better in my heart? Does she make me want to be a better person?
Or does she even like fuel me?
Does she fuel me?
Yeah.
Right? Does she really just get me going? Does she do it for me?
And those are the intangibles.
Are we having stimulating conversations?
Yeah.
Are we learning anything from one another?
Maybe I'm giving out a cheat code, but there's nothing like stimulating conversation.
No.
And you know why it's not a cheat code? Because I don't even know what stimulates me. The right woman does.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know when I have that conversation, it's like, did you hear the gasp? Oh my God, I didn't even think about that like that. What made you even go there like that? You know, to where she's open. Like I've look, when your mind is opened up from a woman and she can put certain thoughts in you that you're like, yo, I can be better than I was yesterday because of what she just told me. Oh yeah, we gotta keep her around a little bit.
Yeah.
Everything that we're fighting with as men, everything that we fight with, right? The pride, the ego, the reluctancy to just let go of control and be responsible for all good things that happen, right? Everything. When you have the right woman, she just makes you forget about everything. When you run into the right woman, she just makes you forget about everything. She says, you know what? It don't even matter. And like you said, man, you start thinking like, oh, I didn't even know I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
I had no idea that I would even like this.
Wow.
My whole life, my idea of this was just like, no, I'm not doing that. But now I'm like, oh, she actually got me feeling like I want to do this. you know, and you get to that point, where you're with the right woman, like, oh wow, like this is crazy. I didn't even know I like social media like this.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
I didn't even know.
That's
Like,
great.
I never even thought I even want to like have a business with a woman.
Man,
right? I never even knew I wanted to like, you know, be public and speak about my love with the woman. Right? I never knew I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
You know, and you get to that point, you're like, all right, let's do it.
You know, it's crazy. I talked about earlier about being the best man. I feel like I'm the best man I've ever been right now. But I also feel like I'm having the most fun.
I can hear it.
I'm having the most.
Hey guys, Omar's been smiling since we've been on this topic.
No, for real, because this is a good topic for me.
Yeah.
This is a good topic for me.
Yeah.
Like, I really enjoy talking about this one. But like, even things like the fellas know in here, but for the viewers and the listeners, like, I don't dance, right? Like, that's not my thing, right? But in fact, I've always been fascinated with dance. Like, I'm like, damn, that shit is cool. Like, I wish I could do that. You know what I'm saying? And for the longest time in my life, I've always thought like, I wish that I could do it, but I'm like, I don't think I can, right? But dating Candace, she makes me feel like I can.
A dancer.
On top of that, it's like, it now becomes fun for me. It's like, oh shit, this shit is actually fun.
It's actually fun.
This shit is actually fun. It's not just for like people that dance. Like, this is a formal way to express yourself, right? And just be creative and let loose, right? And to me, you know, that's another thing that the right woman will do.
Yeah.
She'll allow you to have the most fun you could have in your life, bro. Like, I feel like I'm in Six Flags every day.
Yeah.
Wow, that was deep.
I feel like I'm in Six Flags every day when I wake up with my woman.
Wow.
So I'm glad that you said that. We've established that the relationships that you two are in, your hearts are more open than they've ever been.
Ever.
Do you feel like having open hearts like this is what allows you to be open to new activities and trying new things that she suggests to you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the only way it can happen. It's the only way you can be accepting and inviting of new things, new places, new ideas, new mentalities. Like I said before, right? You certain families you grow up in. You grow up a certain way, especially as a male. Like, yo, being a man is only one way for us. Get money. Get money. Be hard. Be tough. Don't talk about our feelings. That's like it. Get women.
Women.
Right? That's it. And then we meet the right women. It's like, oh, it's more to life.
Yeah.
Well, it's a whole different perspective that I'm rocking with now. Right? Like, all that stuff is in the past. You know, and we start moving different. We start thinking different. We start wanting to do all these activities with our women, right? We love double dating now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We love double dating. You feel me? And it's like the vulnerability aspect starts coming in, and then it's like, all right, it's not about not feeling safe anymore with the good woman, but it's like feeling completely open with the right woman.
Yeah.
Right? And when you feel open with the right woman, life is easy like that.
Yeah.
Because how you feel, you can speak about it.
Yeah, most guys kind of be like restricting the flow of that.
Yeah,
you know. And one thing that I think we have to normalize is changing our opinions once we're exposed to new information and new experiences.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like you have to change your opinion now because she showed you other things that you didn't know about.
Yeah,
you know, she's brought other things out of you, so now you have to change your opinion on what you feel about women and stuff like that.
You feel like when you guys got your women, right? Do you feel like your targets, your goals, your targets became clearer? Did they help that become clearer for you?
Yeah, you become far more focused.
Far more focused.
Dialed in. Like every day is like a game 7. Yeah, that's an NBA reference. You know what I'm saying? Like every day is serious. It's like, yo, I gotta be on my P's and Q's. Well, for one, my woman is on her P's and Q's, right? She's bringing that up out of me.
Yeah. And like we mentioned, I think that's a part in the episode previous. I think that's a part of the respect factor as well.
Yeah.
Just waking up saying like, I need to be the best me.
Yeah.
That I can possibly be for this woman because of the way she makes me feel.
Yeah.
Like, forget anything that because of the way she makes me feel. I gotta be the best me.
Your focus gets sharper, and your vision gets clearer, but your goal was heightened.
Oof. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have
not working for one anymore.
Now your goals is just heightened.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what it is. Like, yo, like, this is the right woman. I want to be everything for this woman. And that's how you conduct yourself. So when you wake up in the morning, before I've always been a hard worker.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been disciplined, right? But I've always did my thing and then went back to doing whatever I was doing. But now you got this woman who's the right woman, not just a good woman. And now it's like she's in your thoughts every day. Now we talking about, all right, because even if you're not married, you're still like us.
I want you to touch on that.
That's one of my talking points. Go get it. Go get it.
Go get it.
Go get it.
Go
dude.
run with it. Go run with it.
Where am I?
Pick up and run. Pick up and run. She in your thoughts.
So she's in your thoughts.
When did that happen?
Okay, man, it happens gradually, right? For me, at least, it happened gradually. But once I hit it, it's like, oh, I can't even manifest a life without my woman.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even formulate thoughts without my woman being involved, right? That's how you know you got the right woman, right? When you're thinking about this woman, like, that's a part of my life, right? Why? Because she's gonna help me get there.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna help me get there.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I know she's the right woman. You know what I'm saying? And for Chanel and I, initially, it wasn't necessarily like I saw her as like, yo, she's the woman of my dreams. I gotta have her right now. Right? I was like, yo, she's bad as fuck. Like, yo, she's bad. I gotta have her. Right? It was like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But over time, we got to that point where it's like, oh wow, like I'm starting to love this woman, and then like, oh, I'm starting to feel things and see things from this woman that I've never seen from other women, and I'm starting to see things from myself that I've never seen in myself. Right?
Yep.
And you guys were able to attest to that.
Yep.
Right? I've never been able to say, yo, I like this woman. I want to be with this woman. I've had conversations with this woman and really speak to you guys about it so clearly.
Yeah.
Right? And for the first time, in our friendship, you guys got to see me be super vulnerable with a woman. Right? And you can look at the signs, right? If I'm a private person on social media, but now I'm with this woman.
You hanging out. You outside.
When
You
I really-
outside. Hey, you outside, bro.
Y'all outside.
Right? I don't have to, right?
Yeah.
I'm really just exposed.
Yeah.
And I don't care.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this is the right woman,
Yeah.
And when you wake up every day and that's the thought process, it's okay.
Shit is beautiful.
Yeah,
Shit is
it's
beautiful.
okay.
It is.
It's a beautiful episode.
Hey, you know what? Honestly, dog, when you said what you said, about feeling like you're at Disneyland every single day.
Six Flags.
Yeah,
Six Flags.
My bad. My bad. I'm thinking the happiest place on earth, not the funnest.
Not the funnest.
Yeah, not the funnest. When you said that you felt like you were at Six Flags every day, that gives me a sense of just understanding how easy it is.
Yeah.
Granted, we know that relationships are tough.
Yeah.
Relationships are tough.
Mm-hmm.
But loving someone should be easy.
Mm-hmm.
And by you being able to just have that type of fun, I see you guys. Y'all don't even like going to sleep early because you feel like you're gonna miss time with each other.
FOMO.
FOMO.
I see that, and that right there to me is something that is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful because it shows
Thanks, bro.
you guys been together for going on 4 years this year, correct?
Officially,
Yeah,
right?
Officially, yeah. 4 years.
Going on 4 years this year, and you guys still just can't get enough of each other as far as just people. Not even talking about anything physical, sexually, but as people. You just can't get enough of her. And Duke, I seen you change your entire life, bro.
Whole life.
Life.
The right
If
woman
we
do
didn't
that
work
to you.
together, thank God we worked together. If we didn't work together,
What's going on with Duke?
where's Duke at?
What's going on with Duke?
Hey,
boy
hey,
loves.
matter of fact, you want it to be like that.
You
do.
do.
You want the world to be like, yo, like, I don't even recognize this
He
fool.
changed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is this dude?
Yep.
Hey, if
He
you-
ain't like that.
Come
He ain't
on.
like that.
Yeah.
You want the world to be like that, right? Because that's like the power of a good woman. She's gonna change your whole system up. She gonna have everything working different. Whole system in place, right? So, but I do have 2 questions for you guys,
Okay.
right? Because we do have, right? We really speaking for men, 2 men, but we do have female women listeners that are probably gonna ask like, well, you guys are talking about good women and right women, right? And some women probably don't really understand. Is it confusing, right? Is it confusing to women to when they hear things like, you may be a good woman, but not the right woman? Isn't that confusing to women?
It can be.
Right?
It can be.
So how do we further clarify, right, that it's not necessarily, like, how do we like distinguish clearly for a woman that's saying like, well, like, I still don't get it?
I think communication of what you're looking for is important as well. And you know, I got a great quote that I heard, and it said, when you don't communicate, the devil narrates. And when you don't communicate to someone what, you know, you're looking for or what may intrigue you, they can feel like they're doing the right things, you know, and let's say the communication is off and you're not speaking, they can go in their head and they can make whatever they want up because you haven't communicated it. Right? So I think it's really important to communicate what you're looking for in a woman, what is valuable to you, and what you need. You know, so if conversation is something that's important to you and a stimulating conversation that's important to you, and you guys don't have stimulating conversation, at least the person, even within their haste of emotions, they can sit back and they can reflect and they can be like, he did tell me stimulating conversation was really important to him.
Yeah.
And we've never had that.
And if you've had that type of communication, then the woman should know if she's filling that man's cup up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If she's not doing everything she possibly can to pour into that man based off of the communication that they've had, and this only happens if you have the communication, then it shouldn't be hard for you to realize or understand that you may not be the right one for him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're gonna be the right one for somebody. For sure. Yeah. Guaranteed.
For sure.
Guaranteed.
For sure.
Guaranteed.
And my second question is, can you be, no one's gonna call themselves a bad woman, but can you be a bad woman and still the right woman?
That's like an oxymoron, right?
Because from my understanding, the right woman is subjective to the man. Right? So if I'm a bank robber, right, or a hacker.
Oh, you mean like a bad person?
Like, just like, can you be a bad
and
person
be the right person and be the right woman?
Can you be a bad person and be the right woman?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I've been in a situation like that.
Right?
Yeah, me too.
For sure.
Yeah. You can be a bad person and be the right woman.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Right?
For sure.
Because you know why though? It's because it's the way the person makes you feel.
Yes. So what I'm getting at is, sometimes not being the right woman to a man is a good thing for you, right? Because that man may be a bad person and he's looking for a bad person. Sometimes you may be too good of a person to be a right woman for a man, right? So you need to understand. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes when we talk about, yo, it's not you, it's me. Sometimes that's in your favor.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily something that's a disservice to you or something that's like should be held against you. Sometimes that's actually a good thing for you, and it's going to save you from being in situations that you're not necessarily supposed to be in or that you're too good for.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that's really important to take from this episode. Right? It's not just all about being a good woman or not being a good woman or being the right woman and, you know, not getting what you want. Sometimes it's a good thing, right? And I think it was important to note that. That's going to bring us to the end of our episode, and we hope you guys were able to, like O said earlier, man, grab a lot of jewels that we dropped, you know, and pick them up and bag them up or whatnot, man. So make sure you guys are subscribe to our channel for our viewers on YouTube. Make sure you guys are listening to our podcast on your way to work, when you're cleaning, when you're cooking.
Share it
just for your and make sure you share it, man. Share it with a friend. You never know who may need what we're talking about. Please share. Please post in your stories. Please leave reviews, right? Because every bit of support, every share, every post every word of mouth share, it matters. So, but like we do every episode, man, we try to leave you with as much value as possible. And the best way we know how to do that is to, direct you to a podcast that you guys can learn from, that you guys can grab some more jewels from. And the podcast that I want to highlight this episode is called Real Boss Talk, and it's hosted by Dormtainment. And it focuses on self-improvement and basically essentially how to be a high value person. I've been on the podcast before. I know Jalan's been on the podcast.
I've been on it too.
All been on the podcast.
We all been on there.
We've all been on the podcast. So it's very informative. It's comedic. It's, free flowing. So definitely tap in. This podcast is actually on Patreon, but you can find it at Real Boss Talk. So please tap in. Make sure you comment and leave a review and tell them Nice and Neat sent you. But with that said, I'm Duke.
I'm Omar.
I'm Jalan, and this is Nice and Neat, and that's that on
I'll
that.
be the one to take the risk to go and get them bands. I'll be the one to never sit and go and make a plan. Knowing my mother getting older now, don't got no time. Gotta keep a couple for the road, the rest get left behind. Yeah.